I thought you were right.
You're live.
Come on in, baby. Come closer.
Okay.
Push the, no, you need to push the.
Actually, I'm going to get my.
I think we are live.
We are live.
As always. Maybe a few more lights in here would help. Hang on, excuse me. Talk a second. I don't know. Yeah, there we are. That's now I can see you. You can see us. Hey, there we go. Good morning, Graham Pollock.
Oh yeah, we can hardly read it.
There we go. Now, I'm just going to go well prepared. I'm just going to get a pen and paper. Oh, Declan.
Okay. Hello from Berlin. Hello from Berlin. Good morning, everyone. Or evening or midday, wherever you are. It's very early here. Hello there. Probably coffee faces. I'm sending myself a message, I think.
Yes.
Is testing coming up?
When we decided,
Hello, Lauren.
when we decided what time we'd do this,
Yes.
just do it at the regular time, we were like, woohoo, yeah, let's do a big time. We've come to a different country and we've got an hour ahead. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here. So it's a little early, and people will be joining us as the morning progresses.
Louisiana. Hello, Brian. Hey, well, how's the sound? How does the sound sound? In our test yesterday, the sound was not good.
Texan Outdoors, you came to the test yesterday. That was supposed to be a sneaky peek. No one was supposed to know.
Oh, your sausage said it was terrible yesterday.
Oh.
Yes,
it is amazing we got Declan out of bed.
Yes, Ivan is in
it's
bed.
It's incredible.
Yes.
Ivan, actually, I have seen up and about. So, you sound is muffled.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. We put a speaker in. Maybe we should bring the speaker closer.
Yeah, try that.
And that brings everything closer.
So maybe we were thinking of using the phone.
We can't do that now. Is that any better? I'm holding a speaker now. Kind of muffled, but better. Okay. If we talk and do it like this.
With an American accent.
A little better. Yeah.
Here it is.
Oh, you didn't hear me. Oh, good. Oh, good. All right. Let's not talk about the sound. No, we are using a microphone. It's one from. We've been traveling. Let's say we've been traveling. We're using the microphone off the camera. A road. This is
camera?
Yeah. That's that gets reverb obviously, doesn't it?
Okay.
So yeah. So here we go.
Yeah.
Here's live. And Robert, come here. Would you like to say where we are? Okay. Can you give a chair? Can someone give a chair? Oh yeah. Did you say like?
We are in Whakatane, New Zealand. No, we're not.
Okay. Okay, look at that. Here's the brains. There's the brains. Right. Well, we are in, but not for very much longer because we're leaving today to go up north. We're in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh. We haven't done anything here in Phnom Penh except eat and look at things, shopping things, and the market. We've eaten a lot of fruit. But we've come here and we thought we'd have Christmas first and then do all the emotional stuff. Hey, Ali Hamilton.
Oh, Alison.
Hey.
Is that only one out or two?
Ivan does, that's my sister. Oh. Ivan does look a bit tired. He's just got up.
We have
5 o'clock in the morning.
2 Ellison Hamiltons. One Ellison has 2 L's in Ellison. And the one with 1 L is Rachel's sister. Hello, Ali.
Phone me on board. And it's 8 Fahrenheit there. It's actually a really nice temperature here. We've been in Indonesia. It's about 33 every day. Is that right?
Yeah,
32, 33.
Yeah.
It can be quite humid. Here it's about 28. It's quite a dry heat, so it's nice.
Mm.
And there's even a little bit of chill in the wind. So we're like, this is nice. We've hit Cambodia just at the right time of year. Except because it's the cooler time of year is when there's a lot of tourists here. So
it's not actually sunny inside, but I'm wearing my cap because I thought anybody who would like a Creasing Kiwis cap, we still have some. A bit late for Christmas, but Finn has them back in New Zealand. We can send them out to you. The postage is unbelievable, actually. We sent one out a week ago. It was like $25, not even tracked. It was just, to get it tracked from New Zealand, it was something like $40. Just crazy. I don't know what's happened with the post. Anyway.
Someone says you need some coffee.
Yeah.
Well, Lars says, where are the shirts? Actually, I didn't bring it. I should have brought it with me. I didn't bring it with me. Sorry. Snowing in Bonnie, Scotland. Well, it's not snowing here.
Yeah, we don't want it.
So we should have thought that one through. We didn't.
Okay.
Well done, Mahina.
Free world.
You were always kept. All right, so yes, so we're in Cambodia. We're going to Siem Reap later today, and we are going to have a look at the temples there, Angkor Wat in particular, I guess, and then there's lots of temples all around there. And we do that for a few days, and then we come back here, and then we do the other stuff.
Yeah, then we go visit. Then we'll go to Chiang Ek, Killing Fields. We'll go to the palace.
To Van Ness.
Van Ness restaurant and his museum. Van Ness was, if anybody's seen the film, Brother Number One, Van Ness is one of the prisoners who survived Tulsling prison because he was an artist. He specialised in making statues. What do you call them?
Sculptures.
Busts. And but also painted. And he it was his painting actually that got him through surviving Tulsling. And he made a painting of my brother. He did two, in fact. One of my brother and his girlfriend Gail, of a photo on the yacht, and also a painting of Kerry as he remembered seeing Kerry come into the prison with the guard. And he was a beautiful human being. He died several years ago. We're going to go and hopefully meet his wife. I met his wife when we interviewed him for the film. And also we hope to go and see Bo Ming. Again, if you've seen the film, he was a really short artist. He also did a painting of my brother on a photo. So I've got 3 paintings from 2 artists at home in New Zealand. And also Chum Mei. Now Bo Ming and Chum Mei are the only survivors that are still alive today from the prison who were in prison. There were about a dozen who survived the prison. 7, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, 7 that they talk about, and then there was there was a young boy apparently whose mother managed to keep him hidden. She did the laundry or something, didn't she?
Mm.
And she managed to keep him hidden. I don't know how, but he grew up in Tulsing prison, which is crazy. Mano, stop.
Hello, James, Terry,
Thank you.
River Rock.
Thank you. Declan, would you like to tell us about?
Oh my God, smile, boys.
Ivan is looking particularly. This is
Shell
fresh
shock.
out of bed. So we've had a few trials and tribulations on our trip here. Robin, shall we say?
Yeah.
Rob and I did a really stupid thing. So stupid. I can't believe we did it now. We just, I don't know what we were thinking, but we were taken in by
Can I start this story by saying
really nice people.
they are gullible, but when we bought the phone for Declan, his birthday present phone, do you remember that? His 18th birthday present. I remember at the shop seeing, I think it was the 13, the iPhone 13 was out, and I think, I'll just go like that. There you go. Thank you. Look at that. And he was, what was I saying? Where was I? No, yeah.
We bought the iPhone 12.
iPhone, whatever. What have you got?
12.
12. Yeah, I remember seeing the 13. And the quality of it, and a few things we could do with the camera. I thought, oh, that would be so good to have that. But it was like twice the price. And there's just no way we could do it. So with that background information, we were in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur.
On our way here. And we're walking across the street from the Petronas Towers. Oh, you want to buy an iPhone? No, thanks. Are you sure? It's brand new, iPhone 14. No thanks. Anyway, this guy pursued us. We stopped. What did you say? Here comes the scam. You're absolutely right, Sausage. Here comes the scam. We tried to walk away from this guy. He said he wanted $1,000 for it, US dollars. We said, well, we don't have that. We don't have that money. Oh, well, I take you to the ATM. We get the money. We don't know. Thank you. It did look like a good phone. But we're like, no, thank you, no, thank you. And we walked away and he followed us. What do you have? How much have you got? And we said, we don't have anywhere near that. And we had Malaysian.
We had 600 Malaysian rupiah, which is about 200 US dollars. No, about 150 US dollars.
Yeah, about 200 New Zealand. And we already haven't got anywhere near that.
Hello.
And anyway, and we walked away and he came after us again. He said, well, I'll do it for 800 rupiah. Well, we said, well, we don't have 800. We only got 600. Well, no, we don't want it. Thank you very much. Walked away. Came after us again. He goes, I do it for 600. And then we were like, let's have a look at the phone. have a look at the phone. And this is when the boys should not have left us on our own because they could have spotted it from a mile off. We looked at it and we were like, gosh, if we got an iPhone for 200 New Zealand dollars, that would be amazing. And we looked at it and we were like, oh, and you walked away again.
I kept grabbing, going, ow, it's hot, ow, it's burning my fingers. And he looked at me with such deep sincerity, saying, this is not hot. This phone is not hot. And turns out he was being honest. There's no way this phone was hot because it's such a piece of crap.
Yeah.
It was like, we bought it. Okay, yes, we bought it and we got it home and it started malfunctioning almost immediately. And the boys looked at it once and went, oh, this is crap.
Yeah. It looks good. It looks like the real deal when you look at it, but when you turn it on, well, he did have it turned on, but we don't know the difference.
Anyway,
we are but humble
so
people. The boys spotted it immediately. Look, we've got an iPhone. That's not an iPhone. Yeah. So it is a phone and it does work as a phone and it goes online, it takes pictures and I haven't tried to send an email or anything like that. I haven't set it up as anything, but yes, that was our first mistake. Declan will tell you his little mistake.
Yeah. When it was the very next day, we were flying out of Malaysia, and I had all of my stuff in my bag. Like everything was in my bag, and I checked that bag in because it was too big to carry on. Not thinking twice about it, I just put it on and off it went. And then
this was from Malaysia to Cambodia.
And then we got on the flight, everything's sweet. Get off the flight, I get my bag back. And Dad's exchanging some Australian and stuff. You're exchanging some New Zealand money. And I was like, oh, I'll grab out my money that was in my bag. So I go in, grab out my money, check it, all gone. 400 Australian dollars, all gone. So
it was a very, very hard lesson for Declan to learn.
Very upset.
We didn't tell him not to put his wallet in his bag because we never thought he would think of putting his wallet in his bag and checking it in. He'd heard us say, I said to Ivan, don't put your camera in the check-in, it could go missing. I took the drone out of the bag because we travelled to Malaysia on a bus, so it had the drone in the bag, but I took it out for the flight, said don't want to put that in, and yes, so Declan, it's a horrible thing to think that people do actually open your bags when you go on a flight, but Declan learned the hard way that you do not check in your wallet. You keep your wallet close to you. So yeah, hard lesson to learn. So he lost his hard-earned cash that he from his job when he was in Darwin, unfortunately. So, poor boy. Never mind. So that's our second thing. Now we're waiting. These things coming through. What are we going to do next? That's stupid. Something. We don't know. Don't know for sure.
Well, actually, one stupid thing I just did when I sent out the live link, I forgot. I'm so sorry, patrons, to send the link out to patrons. And I mean, no,
You know how
crazy
to do
day.
that.
Hello, you know, Merry Christmas
Thank
to
you very
you
much.
and your family. You hope all well with the
Yes.
the business. Scotland, Glasgow. Glasgow.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just reading the thing. Nino is in Scotland. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, compared to the cash of the. Oh, okay, we're more
That's the big
stupid
one.
than Declan, apparently.
Yeah.
I think you're right, actually.
See, the thing
We
is,
did ours willingly. He did his because he didn't know better.
well, the thing is, Declan is very honest, and is that all the
He
boys?
has got a money belt, Alison. He has, and I thought that's why I didn't say anything to him because Ivan was wearing his money bag thing, and I just assumed that Declan would have his in something similar. I wasn't watching him carefully. I thought he would know better, but yeah. And we did report it at the airport, but they just went, cash, we can't do anything about that, which I thought was a bit bad. So
Yeah.
we will be reporting it to the airline as well, just so that they know. I know we won't get the money back, but they should know. I think they probably do know. I mean, they do have a service at the airport for getting your bag completely wrapped in plastic. But I've seen people do it, but I've never thought to do it myself. But just don't put anything in there that you want stolen. I mean, goodness, yeah.
Man.
Yes,
Oh,
it is a mistake you only make once.
Definitely.
He has learned that one really well. Not for doing that,
No,
yeah.
it's sick.
Yeah.
Leanne and Richard, I felt bad when you picked this, Leanne and Richard are.
Glasgow. Mihan is in Glasgow. Well
Yeah,
done.
okay.
Yep.
When we went down the Gold Coast for Bonnie coming on the kayak, we were picked up at the airport by a close friend of ours, Leanne and Richard, close friends, Leanne and Richard, who are from Whakatane, and school friends. And we got to the plane late. We hardly slept on the plane that night. 5 or 6 in the morning, and I could hardly stay awake. And I was so tired. Anyway, it was very, very. I fell asleep, and I feel like you guys were very kind to us. We didn't really should have bought brunch or something before we shot through. Anyway, good to see you guys. Oh, good you're here.
Wow.
What?
Crikey, Merry Christmas.
Help replace the cash. My goodness.
That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Wow.
Anemus?
Anemus.
Anemus.
That's a new name. We don't know that one.
Anemus.
No.
I've met you before.
There you go. There's Santa.
Hello.
We've
Crikey.
had one
thank
from
you.
Mino and one from Santa. That's very nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. He
Merry
doesn't
Christmas.
deserve it. No, about that phone that we lost.
Yeah.
The money. I can know we've still got something to show for us. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Gavin. Gavin. Yeah. Hmm. Ah, yes. So we have one more surprise for you. If you just come over. Yeah. So we got here on Wednesday, and then yesterday we come on. We have Finn here as well.
I think
He's been getting up for the last half an hour. He's actually still on New Zealand time, so he's fried at home. Well, although we kept him up late last night. It was 9 o'clock here, but it was like something like 1 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand. And as a finely tuned athlete, he's usually in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So.
Thank you, sausage.
Thank you, sausage.
Oh wow, thank you. That's very kind.
We'll take a small tax off that. Give it to Declan on the way to Declan.
Here we
Oh,
go.
no, he's not here.
No, he doesn't. Yes, so lovely that we could all be here. It is bang smack in the middle of it's bang smack in the middle. Here we go. Bang smack in the middle of his training and competition. So we have to have chosen our there we go. Right bang smack in the middle of his racing season. So we've had to choose accommodation around the gyms in Phnom Penh that have a rowing machine. And after we've done this, he will go for a row before we get on the bus up to Phnom Penh. So there you go.
Last two Phnom Penh to Siem Reap.
Yes, some Rebel says it's been great having you read from Kerry's letters. It is lovely. It is so nice that we have, his voiceover, but that we have those. Whoa, Mino, it does another £20. That's crazy. Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas.
A lot of money. What was the other one?
The next few episodes. So we're about 2 months behind. We're always about 2 months behind. We're about 2 months behind, and the next few episodes we won't be having any reading from the letters because we actually branched off and did a few things that Kerry didn't do because we were in beautiful places and we wanted to see a few things that he didn't see, but then we join up on his path again in a few weeks' time.
Declan's girlfriend is back in Perth. But, Declan, would you like to add to that?
Oh, I think one was talking.
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
I was just saying how we won't be having the letters for a few weeks because we branched off.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Come in a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to be flying to Perth 1st of Jan.
I thought you were telling me last night that you didn't want to see Chanel.
That's not true, Chanel. That's a joke.
There's Chanel watching.
Yeah, probably.
Hello, Chanel.
Hi from Gabby. Hello, Gabby. That's the
Anton.
cousin.
Is it Anton?
Oh, really?
No, actually, Gary.
Oh, Gabby. Yeah. Gabby. And you're like Katie Gabby.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And Nigel. Hello, Nigel.
So carry on with your story.
Yeah, I'm going to be going down to Perth for a month and
Could you maybe go on?
hoping to be working as well, which I was planning on doing before my money got stolen, but now I want to do that even more.
You've got to go back to work.
Well, I have to, but I'm going to
Yes.
fall in there. Might as well.
Actually, we're kind of all going in our separate ways after the new year because, I will be flying back to England. I have not seen my mother for 4 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Unless you read by
I
yourself.
went 2018. Yeah. So, well, it's almost 5 years because I went in the beginning of 2018 before we left New Zealand. and I will be flying back to England. He's going to Australia, I'm going to England, he's going to New Zealand, and these guys are going back to the boat, move the boat, haul out, do some work on the boat, and so I will be, yay, going to see my mum, who unfortunately and she's 83, and she just broke her hip. So that hence, time to go, got to get back and see her. She's convalescing at the moment, and we only got the news as we were sailing, just about to go out of internet coverage, which is one of the hardest things about sailing, is family and friends who get sick and you can't do anything about it because you're stuck in the middle of somewhere, just about to go out of internet. And so luckily for the satellite phone, we were able to phone back to England and check everything was okay. Yeah.
Yes, Ireland is not uncharacteristically quiet for this time of day. This is quite characteristic.
It is terrible news, Loss. It's terrible news, but she's doing really well.
Yeah, she's not.
I hope she doesn't mind me sharing that bit. But yeah, she's doing really well, and yeah. So yeah. So I'll only be there for 2 weeks, which is really hard as well. Just to get over my jet lag, and then got to turn around and come back again. Plus, it's going to be super cold going from lovely warm Asia to freezing England will be very difficult. And I don't have a coat or any good shoes. So I'm going to freeze.
You can borrow their clothes.
I will be borrowing clothes once I get there, but when I arrive at the airport, I don't actually have a coat.
Yeah.
I've got my sailing jacket.
And while I've got you there, I've got this brand new iPhone 14 that I'm selling. If anyone wants it,
Look at the quality.
We could put it through an auction.
$500.
Yeah.
And it does look pretty.
It looks legit,
real.
doesn't it?
And the thing was, the camera.
Good price for you. Good price.
Rachel put the camera on when we were there and took a lovely shot of the train.
Did you actually?
Yeah. I thought, gee, that really looks good.
Yeah.
I was really sucked into it.
So convinced.
How does it look good?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't look good now.
It doesn't look good.
It's like the Emperor's New Clothes. He was telling us it was that. We believed it was that. And then once the boys saw it and said it wasn't that, then no longer did it look like that anymore. Well, yeah.
I was gonna ask, but surely you took a photo with it and you know.
I thought it
The camera's really,
the thing is, I knew that Dexter was really good close up. So I did a close
That's right.
up.
You actually did a really, really
And it
close,
really was,
close
and it was
zoom.
really clear. And I was like,
I think it was right there.
Yeah.
And it did a really good macro.
but I think, I don't know, maybe we trained it to do really good for us because now it doesn't.
Yeah.
Plus, there were so many things that we should have.
Don't talk about the charging port.
Yeah.
what's wrong with the charging port?
Well, it's got that one, but it takes the old one. Yeah.
So it's a C port, but it's got the old style socket inside the C socket.
Yeah.
And we saw that and still didn't go, what? Oh, that's so dumb. Oh,
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Really.
but we've helped.
All that kind of stuff.
We've helped.
You do go by.
Oh, and sorry,
off the street.
the reason the guy said he was selling his phone is that he had a gambling problem. And I believe that. I felt sorry for him. Oh, man. But, you know,
Where's the photo you took?
I don't know if I did. I just think I looked at it. Maybe it didn't. Oh, no. Yeah. And then it's going to be. Yeah, that's a shaky shot. So, yeah, it's going to be. Yes, it's going to be some. Ragnar says Rachel gets emotional saying goodbye to just one of her sons, let alone all three. No, it's going to be emotional.
Wow.
Vino.
you were doing
Another.
an individual blog
Yeah.
from Crikey Vino. Thank you very much.
Who's Mino?
Mino's,
Scottish guy.
yeah, lovely. We spoke to him actually in the chat. And he said we'll be blogging individually.
Who got $1,000? Who sold the Tinder Ardennes signature for $100,000? That's amazing.
There's something about calling the thing a prick or something.
Oh, they got us in
It's called
there.
the MP, a little prick.
Yeah.
And
Ivan, have you got anything? Tell us more about Cambodia. What are the plans and how long? So we're only here. Well, he goes on. He's away. You're away to start before New Year, aren't you? 31st.
Yeah.
So Siem Reap temple up there because Rob actually hasn't seen. Rob, this is your third or fourth visit to Cambodia?
this is my fourth visit. Went out. First time was the testimony, wasn't it? Yeah, the first trip was out to testify at the War Crimes Tribunal. We were there for about 10 days the first time. We did a lot of filming. I met and the victims. Then we came back a second time to go.
Anton, thank you.
Hello, Anton.
Oh,
thank you. Anton.
Anton.
Yeah. And the second time we came here to film the painter. His name Nam N, who was just awful, and also photographer. Sorry. And we tried to track down a guy called Chan, or also known as the really nasty torturer. There was one particular torturer at Tuol Sleng who was infamous. He was like a sadist for his, and he actually testified in the War Crimes Tribunal too.
Really?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did he say?
Nothing. He just said he was all part of the machine. But he was particularly nasty, and we tried to track him down. Kulka, our fixer, was very courageous. She actually went to the guy's village, and he disappeared in the village and wouldn't let her meet with him because he knew somehow what she was trying to do. And the next day we caught up with her, and then she said she was quite scared. And anyway, it was quite, because he's such a nasty man.
And she's a Cambodian and she has to live here.
She's Cambodian, yeah, very brave lady. And, we hope to meet Kulka while we're here.
Yeah. So so that was the second time.
And then the third time I came back for the
sentencing.
For the sentencing of Duik. No, that was the second time. I came back for the third time was when the defense appealed the judgment, and I went back for 5 days to listen to the appeal. So I went to court every day and listened to the attorneys plead their cases, both for the defense and for the prosecution. Yeah.
This is my second time. I came out when Rob was in the court with Ivan, who was 1.5 at the time. So Ivan has been Cambodian but doesn't remember it.
There was a beautiful moment I didn't know happened, and just as a reminder. Rachel, at one point in my testimony, I stopped, and they had a break. They adjourned for a moment, and Ivan was with Rachel in the back room with another friend of ours.
But we had turned up at the court, which was already started, because Rob wasn't supposed to be on that day, and I was actually at Tuol Sleng prison, having a look at that with Ivan and another friend that we travelled out from New Zealand with, called Mark, and he got this phone call saying, "Get to the courts, Rob's on." So I only saw a tiny bit of Tuol Sleng, and then we raced to the courts. And they wouldn't let me in because I had a baby, because the children weren't allowed into the main gallery. And I wasn't coming in without him. So they let me go into the press area. So I sat watching the court just on a screen. And then Ivan fell asleep in my arms. And then in the break, I get Rob's lawyer comes rushing in with his, crying. Says Rob wants to report, Rob wants to report.
I knew she wasn't in there. I could see the whole gallery. There were hundreds of people behind me. Massive gallery through this really thick bulletproof glass. But I knew Rachel would have been very obvious. Most of the people were Cambodian. And so I asked Alan to see if he could find her. Sure enough, so Rachel.
So I have to hand over a sleeping Ivan to Mark, who we travelled with, and he kind of wakes up as I'm leaving, and he's where's Mum? But they calm him down, and I go into the court. But the beautiful thing is,
I go back to my testimony, and I go to I'm introducing Kerry for some reason, and I put up a photo of Kerry.
And it shows, so because they're still watching it in the media area, and it's a big screen, and this big photo of Kerry goes up from that time on his boat, and Ivan goes, "Daddy," and they're all like, "Oh," because they look so similar, which is why we kind of used that thumbnail the other day of Kerry and Rob. Rob looking quite a bit older than Kerry. So it was quite a nice moment. Yeah. So so that's how Declan been first time in Cambodia, because we thought it was, up until now we thought it'd be too traumatic an event to go through, because it is traumatic. I know you can see a lot of tears. Hopefully not. I will be behind the camera more than I'm in front of it, because I know when I arrived at Tuol Sleng last time, I just going through the streets. I wasn't even inside it. I was in tears for where we were going. But having said that, I haven't been to Auschwitz. I imagine it's similar, because once you get inside the door and you see all the pictures of the people and you hear the stories, it kind of sobers you up, and you just think, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable that people would do this to each other. Yeah.
Declan has brought Chanel, his girlfriend, we can't say something, because Chanel is there listening.
Yeah.
But yes, he has brought her a Christmas present.
He has brought her a Christmas present from the absolutely genuine things that they offer here, but willingly and happily. So, yes.
We're all going to be blinged out.
We are. The boys are looking at Rolexes, absolutely genuine Rolexes.
$20 Rolex.
Yeah.
25.
iPhones, we're going to have another iPhone.
No, we are not. We're not. No, we've learned that lesson, but the watches do look pretty good, and the t-shirts and shorts like say Adidas or Under Armour or Chanel, or it's just like, well, somebody told us, a Cambodian told us, that actually some of the real McCoy makes it in, because the factories are all here and things go missing from the factories and end up being sold for a much smaller price in the markets here. And we are literally we're within walking distance, 2 minutes from if anybody knows, the Russian market here in Phnom Penh. So it's good. Hello. Oh, Coralie, hi.
Coralie. Smiley. We met Coralie and Smiley in XML.
Yeah.
And Coralie took me around the shop getting gemstones that I had to choose myself, that I was to take on the boat with me. They're on the boat.
So I think places have a collective. I think those places have a collective sadness that links. It does. It's quite like I say, I haven't been to Auschwitz. I haven't been to any other places like that. But it's just, you walk through and the door, and it's just. And I only saw a fraction of it. I didn't see any of the cells. Oh no, sorry, I did see the cells, but only the downstairs ones that were.
Thank you, James.
That were for the special prisoners. I don't think Kerry was held in those. I think there was even more special cells that he was held in.
Yes, so there is one.
Thank you. Oh, Jason, thank you. Oh, James.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
Can we just say that guy who reached out a few years ago, we met the guard.
Well, I thought you were going to use that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can track him down.
yeah.
Um,
So having said all that, we have had nothing but the nicest welcome since we've been here, as we have in every Asian country that we've visited, well, any country we've visited. You get such a, I guess because there are lots of tourists here, but because you stand out as a tourist, they are super nice to you. We've had some beautiful we had a little guy, so we were in one of their, it's not a tuk-tuk, it's called a remorque, coming back last night from a restaurant that was just so good.
Oh man.
Beautiful food,
Oh.
absolutely gorgeous. We went looking for a restaurant that Rob had been to before called Friends. Unfortunately, it didn't make it through the lockdowns and pandemic because, a lot of them have gone under. And but we happened upon another one where some of the people from Friends and have started up a smaller one. And it's a place where they take street kids from the streets and teach them hospitality and teach them how to cook and serve and stuff like that. And so we wanted to go there, and it did not disappoint. At the beginning, there were only 2 tables being served, and so they gave us a lot of attention. The guy who was the maitre d', he was incredible. He was just so friendly, so willing to talk to us and explain everything. And the chef, who was a woman, she apparently, Nino, she has, Gordon Ramsay apparently, when it was Friends, when the restaurant was Friends, she was the chef there. She's now opened this new place and I can't remember the name of it. She apparently cooked her pumpkin curry for him. And apparently that's up on YouTube. We haven't been to see it yet, but if you want to go and see him in Cambodia cooking a pumpkin curry with some woman, then that's her, and that's where we ate last night. They were so lovely, but it was right on the other side of town, and we'd had this beautiful little ride with this older remorque driver, and Rob was he didn't know where it was, and Rob was having to show him the Google Maps and go left, and right, and he was so sweet, wasn't he? Yeah. And in the middle of it, he got all confused and he put us on the phone to his daughter, and we had to explain that yes, we did know where we were going, and yes, we were going in the right direction, and we would look after him. And that was so sweet. And then we got another one back, and he seemed confused where we lived on the way back. And anyway, it's been fun. They're just all of them. Everybody has been so lovely.
The irony of what happened here is the culture and the people are really, really beautiful. They are. They're known for their smiling. They just have this natural smile no matter where you go. Like I.
Yeah, like I would demonstrate that.
No, he's focused on. Anyway, good to have you. Good to have you.
Also, Amanda says, if they try and sell you Rolex, ask where the battery goes, because Rolex don't use batteries.
Oh,
and that one that you have batteries.
Funny, because one of them wasn't. Yeah, and I said it's not going. And she said give it a shake, and I did give it a shake, and it started working. But then how do they keep the time if it stops?
When you're walking around, I guess.
Just because you're moving.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. There. I did ask where they're made, and she said China. So are Rolex made in China?
No, it said Swiss made.
Swiss made. But I asked her, the one that I had to shake, I said, where are these made? And she said China.
Oh, really?
So, seems a bit honest. Yeah. I don't think they're trying to pretend that they are real, not like our phones. I think they're not. They're not trying to fool anybody that this is the real thing. But they do look good, and they've got a good weight to them, don't they, as well? There was a ceramic one, and it was pretty weighty. Yeah. Good night, Julie P. Thank you for staying up.
No, not ceramic. No, she said ceramic.
Well done. Not buying takeaway, save money.
And
You
you've
can
sold,
have it.
you've
You
sold
can
your
have the
phones.
phone. I'll bring it to England for you.
Yeah.
Meet me in Ipswich.
We've yet to buy the GoPro, well, we're going to buy GoPro 10, weren't we?
Yeah, we just haven't got anywhere to send it to.
Yeah, we need a postal address to get it.
Did you ever end up getting your one?
Well, we send one to England.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
send it to England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Do you guys return your broken one?
So
Well, we
Mino,
have one.
Mino sold some of his old phones that he had lying around and got £200. £300, was it? And he said that through about 3 months ago now.
Yeah.
And we've been wanting, we need a new GoPro. GoPro, yeah.
Yeah. The,
But
thanks,
you're welcome.
Well, says don't buy anything but food from the streets, and even that could be risky. Yeah, I don't know how we fell for it. It's so stupid.
So
if,
bad.
if the boys had come back and told us that, we'd have gone, don't be so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how. But yes, street food we love. We've had a lot of street food in Indonesia. Incredible, absolutely incredible what they can do with one little wok and
Oh boy,
a tiny little
cart.
cart that they carry around. That's just they push around. Just incredible. Beautiful. We've had some beautiful meals.
The most amazing one was in Jakarta.
Yeah, but we're going to do that
Yeah.
as a vlog.
Yeah.
So we won't say too much
Yeah.
about it. But it was.
Don't want to spoil the fun.
Don't want to spoil it for you, but it was very tasty. Yeah. Does Ivan still keep in touch with Finn on Zatara? It does.
Yeah. In fact, they just reached out yesterday to us asking what we were doing and asking, are we coming to the Mediterranean and the Caribbean? They definitely want to hook up again, which is great because we want to catch up with them again too, which was nice to hear from them. But the problem is, of course, timing and can we get out of here soon enough? We need to leave February at the latest to catch the weather systems, to get up the Red Sea in time, then go through the Suez Canal. So if we're not gone from Southeast Asia by February, then we'll be here for another season. The problem with that is we have to haul the boat out and do quite a bit of work to it. Got some big jobs coming up. We need to change the rudder bearings. I think they've got too sloppy. I need to check that, but I think they're too sloppy, so we have to change 2 bearings on each rudder, and they have to be machined up, especially for the job. And yeah, there's a lot to coordinate with all that, and a bunch of other stuff as well. So if we don't get that all completed in time, we're staying in Southeast Asia for another season.
Yes. Ivan, are you still doing photography?
Well, we've been at sea for.
Yeah. You also do
You're awake.
photography, though. Yeah. Yes,
Yep.
he is. Yes, he takes some lovely shots actually. And if you're interested, what's your Instagram where you put the photography? The Viewfinders. The Viewfinders on Instagram is where he puts his photography, and so does Finn from Zatara. He doesn't put quite so much up, but he does put some.
And how much do you sell them for?
Nino,
Fortune.
again, thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Is that for the photo? The photo through
Yeah.
There, Ross says that you should go on and do the team thing on Zatara. He did apply. He did
Got
apply.
rejected.
But he did a silly,
the did a funny little
funny
skit.
little skip for them.
It was good.
And
What did you do?
I can't remember what did you use to. I did just pretend to
The
do it.
opportunity was like real.
Okay.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he just did a real.
Quite awkward.
Yeah. Like he was a really awkward teenager.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, but and they did reply, and they said, "Yeah, that was fun." Yeah, I don't think they would thought it was serious, but maybe after Declan has been away and didn't get to go away, Ivan has
true.
been off the boat. Maybe there could be something. They move so quickly.
Yeah,
We can't catch up with them. Plus, we've got this thing here, who is going to be competing in Europe next year. We'd love to see what? And France, yeah, but Europe next year, 2023. I think he'll make the. I think he'll make the New Zealand team. He has started with some very good results in the season. He's beaten people who were in the under-23 New Zealand team that got a bronze medal at the World Champs last year. He has beaten them in the single, haven't you? Some of them.
But yeah, different.
But it's early season. It's good, but it's you've got to nationals is where it's at. So people are in heavy training and you don't always perform as well as you should. But Finn has had a roaring start, and it's looking good for him making the team. And if he makes the team, he will be competing in Europe in 2023. Then they have the Olympic trials, whether he makes it to Paris. But we would love to see him race in Europe in some of the major events, and that's why we are moving so quickly to try and catch up with Zatara, which I don't think is possible, and two. Well, I think they want to get to the Caribbean by the end of next year, and we want to be in Europe next year. So,
The thing is, we don't want to spend the winter.
We don't really want to spend the winter in Europe.
Yeah.
So anywhere in the Med that's not cold.
Well, it doesn't get freezing cold, but it's cold.
Yeah. But it's very expensive too.
Very expensive. Yeah.
Just talking it through here, we're planning maybe we could go to the Caribbean and
come back again.
And leave the boat there and come back to your mum's.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, that's to be arranged.
Yeah.
But we would love to see Finn race. We've watched him. They had a live screening of the last race that he was in, and so we watched some of that on the internet last weekend. So that was fun, and then was able to phone him. But we haven't actually seen the boy race in the flesh for how many years? 3 years? Yeah, 20 years.
Who's what?
The last time we saw Finn racing.
Oh, racing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Graham reckons we're better than Zatara. I say we couldn't possibly comment either way. We'll stay neutral on that.
Just to be good to you by yourself, stressful to buddy boat with another that does not have the same pace. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We will eventually make our way to America. We are planning. We are trying to do a circumnavigation. Problem is, these guys are getting older. Some of them are getting girlfriends, and it's difficult to keep them on board. Yeah. What's our latest series addiction? Well, actually, we just, as we were sailing through Indonesia, we were watching Breaking Bad, which
we talked about that.
We did, yeah. We'd already watched it before, but it was Ivan's first time watching it, and so we all watched it together again. That's a great series. Now we're watching Just Call Saul. Better Call Saul. Yeah, and that's pretty good. Yeah.
We mentioned in a patron update actually to patrons that we did that with Breaking Bad. Friends of ours watched it with each of their children, the whole series together. And they talked about the issues of, the issues that Walt and Jesse did, the ramifications, all the negative things that happened from drug dealing and selling and using. And it was a great, when you look at everything bad that happened in that series was directly related to drugs. So it's quite a good little thing for watch in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Mino says he's a legal drug dealer.
Yeah.
He's a pharmacist. And my brother is a chem teacher. Whoa, there you go. You've got the makings of a series there.
You've got a big career ahead of you. I thought the best character actually in that whole thing possibly was the brother-in-law, Hank. great character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Are you talking Breaking Bad? Yes. Did I say Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think this boy has got to go training before we get on the bus. So we better to wrap it up there. So nice that so many people, because this is a difficult time of year to find time. Thank you very much for joining us. It was so great with you.
Thank you, Emmanuel.
Yes. And a happy Christmas to everybody and a prosperous new year. And I will be continuing I will continue to edit wherever I am. We have got quite a lot of stuff there. So it'll be so we will continue our stories and our journey.
For some reason, cut me off at the pass if you don't want me to talk about one of the stories when he takes the charter out on his yacht and they go to one side. No, it's popped up in my mind about 3 times since this live has been going.
Oh yeah, no, we should put that in. Yeah.
Oh, got me, but
That was Go ahead.
Could leave the story now because I think
No, we'll put it in because it's funny.
Okay. This is fine.
That's something from one of Carrie's letters.
Yeah.
So
Those letters were amazing. That was so bloody.
Mino!
Mino!
Oh my goodness.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, that's
£50.
amazing.
Wow.
That's on top of all the other ones.
Yeah.
You are crazy.
Thank you, Mino, and thank you, James, as well. James, for some reason, I thought you were US based, but being in pounds, I guess you must be in the UK. Thank you very much, everybody, especially you, Mino.
And we better get on before
Crazy
we
guy.
spend more money.
And Mick, good to see you here, Mick and Michelle. Haven't heard you from me for a while. I was actually going to write you to see how things were, so it's good to know you're all ticking along, and everybody else. Pretty cool.
Ivan wants to say bye.
Oh yeah, big bye. There he is. There we go. Yeah, thumbs up. There we go. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Ending stream.
No, it gets it.
Ending.
Bye.
Yeah.